Edgar Rice Boroughs, the creator of Imaginative worlds. Introduction. Edgar Rice Boroughs, an iconic figure in the early 20th century literature landscape, is best known for his creation of unforgettable characters and imaginative worlds. Born on September 1, 1875, in Chicago, Illinois, Boroughs had a profound impact on science fiction and adventure genres, influencing countless writers and creators who followed in his footsteps. His most famous character, Tarzan, captured the imagination of millions and remains a cultural touchstone. This video provides an extensive overview of Boroughs' life, work, and legacy, exploring the elements that made his writing so compelling and how he shaped the literary landscapes of his time. Early life and education. Edgar Rice Boroughs was the son of George Tyler and Mary E. Boroughs. Raised in a middle-class family, he enjoyed a comfortable childhood. The Boroughs family had a lineage rich in military history, and his father was a veteran of the Civil War. Despite this solid foundation, young Edgar was not a particularly diligent student. He attended various schools during his youth, but it wasn't until his family moved to the suburbs of Chicago that he enrolled in the Chicago Manual Training School, where he graduated in 1895. Post-high school, he briefly attended the University of Chicago but left after a year due to a lack of focus and commitment. Following his education, he embarked on a series of jobs, ranging from a pencil sharpener salesman to a clerk in a department store. These experiences didn't excite him, however, and his wanderlust eventually led him to join the army during the Spanish-American War in 1898. He served in the 7th Regiment of the Illinois Volunteer Infantry, an experience that left an indelible mark on him and would later inspire some of his writings. Literary career beginnings. Boroughs' journey into the literary world was far from straightforward. After his military service, he returned to civilian life but struggled to find a fulfilling career. He worked various jobs, including a stint as a ranch hand in Idaho, but it was during this period that he began to cultivate his writing ambitions. His foray into writing began in earnest in 1911, when he submitted a piece to All Story magazine. This serialized story, titled Under the Moons of Mars, marked the birth of his John Carter character and was one of his first forays into science fiction. The success of this story laid the groundwork for a flourishing writing career. Boroughs published numerous stories in various pulp magazines while developing his unique style that included adventure as well as romance and science fiction. Over the years, he honed his craft, leading to his breakthrough moment in 1912 with the publication of Tarzan of the Apes. The birth of Tarzan, Tarzan of the Apes is arguably Boroughs' most significant and enduring work. The story follows an orphaned child who grows up in the African jungle after his parents are marooned and die. Raised by a clan of apes, Tarzan becomes a formidable figure, embodying both the savage instincts of the wild and the intellect of a human being. The character encapsulated themes of identity, civilization versus savagery, and the inherent nature of humanity. Boroughs' portrayal of Tarzan illustrated his fascination with primitive cultures and hinted at his views on the tension between nature and nurture. The novel gained immediate popularity, earning widespread acclaim and cementing Boroughs' status as an influential author. Following the success of the first novel, Boroughs went on to write a series of Tarzan stories over the next few decades, developing the character's adventures in numerous sequels. Tarzan soon evolved into a cultural phenomenon, appearing in comic strips, as well as movies and merchandise, essentially becoming a commercial icon. The Barsoom series and other works. In addition to the Tarzan series, Boroughs is renowned for his science fiction writing, particularly the Barsoom series, which focuses on the adventures of John Carter on Mars. The first book, A Princess of Mars, was published in 1912 and introduced readers to Carter, a Civil War veteran who is transported to Mars where he encounters strange creatures as well as romantic intrigues and epic battles. The Barsoom series, much like the Tarzan stories, was characterized by Boroughs' imaginative world-building and the introduction of complex characters. These tales tapped into the contemporary fascination with space and the unknown, addressing themes of heroism, rivalry, and love, which captured readers' imaginations. Boroughs' prolific output was not limited to these two series. He also created other notable works, including the Pellucidar series, which explored a hollow Earth inhabited by prehistoric creatures, and the Venus series that revolved around adventures on the planet Venus. His writing was characterized by vivid descriptions and thrilling action sequences, as well as the exploration of existential themes, which provided readers with escapism from their everyday lives. Writing style and themes. Boroughs' writing style was characterized by straightforward prose, often employing a first-person narrative that lent authenticity to his stories. While many critics have pointed to a lack of depth in character development and thematic exploration, Boroughs' strength lay in narrative momentum and pacing. His ability to weave together adventure and romance captivated audiences, making his works hugely popular in various formats, including serialized publications. Recurring themes in Boroughs' work include the struggle between civilization and savagery, as well as the exploration of identity and self-discovery and the hero's journey. He often positioned his protagonists against external foes, whether in the form of otherworldly creatures, rival factions, or the perils of nature. This served to elevate the stakes, making readers root for his characters' successes, personal life challenges. Despite his literary achievements, Boroughs' personal life was not devoid of challenges. He married Emma Centenia Hulbert in 1900, with whom he had 3 children. The pressure of financial instability weighed heavily on him throughout his early career, as his writings provided modest earnings. After a decade of marriage, his union with Emma ended in divorce in 1934. Boroughs later married Florence Deerholt, but that marriage faced its own struggles, leading to a final divorce in 1942. In addition to family issues, Boroughs faced financial ups and downs throughout his career as changes in popular taste affected the readership of pulp magazines. While his earlier works enjoyed immense popularity, he began to feel the effects of changing trends by the late 1920s and the 1930s. However, he managed to reaffirm his place in the industry through persistent effort, publishing many stories until his death. Legacy and influence. Edgar Rice Boroughs' legacy endures long after his passing on March 19, 1950. His creations, particularly Tarzan, have persisted in popular culture, inspiring countless adaptations, including films, animated features, and television series. The character of Tarzan transcended literature, becoming a symbol of strength and adventure recognized worldwide. Moreover, Boroughs played a pivotal role in shaping the science fiction genre, introducing elements of world-building that became defining characteristics in the genre. His pioneering works inspired a generation of writers who would build upon those foundations, including notable authors such as Ray Bradbury as well as several others. Boroughs' style and thematic explorations served as a launching pad for the broader exploration of science fiction and adventure in literature. Additionally, the visual adaptations of Boroughs' work, particularly Tarzan, have left an indelible mark on cinema. The numerous film adaptations, most notably the Walt Disney animated film Tarzan, have further solidified his place in popular culture, introducing the character to new generations. In 1933, Boroughs was elected as a member of the National Institute of Arts and Letters, recognizing his contributions to American literature. Today, his works are still available in print, and some literary scholars still study his work on an academic level.